The church was first started in 1944 here in Roselawn. The building that we're sitting in today was built in 1955, and then the education wing was added on in 1962. At one point in time, we had all of our education wing full of Sunday school children. By the time Pastor Rudder came, we were a declining parish.
The congregation had no pastor, and they were an at-risk congregation, which means that they may be on the edge of closing. And then as we looked around, what we decided to do is try to listen to the needs of the community.
And so we started in with pursuing the possibility of getting some type of medical care in our building.
The physical building was run down. We borrowed $60,000, and with that we painted everything. We put carpeting in, we put new windows in. The lighting was poor, and there were leaks all over, and the place reeked of mold.
The first clinic happened purely by chance. A friend of a friend meant a friend of a friend, and all of a sudden we were connected with a prominent dentist in the city who had a dream.
The number one unmet healthcare need of children in the state of Ohio is dental care. And it just struck me that that wasn't the dental profession that I knew. There were plenty of dentists who were willing to volunteer. We had no place to volunteer. And the Medicaid clinics had a place, people with dental insurance and transportation had a place, but the working poor and the children in that category actually had no access to dental care at all. And that became the focus and the passion of mine to see if we couldn't find a way to provide the dental care for the children in Cincinnati for free.
He needed to be on a bus line, he needed to be proximate to the working poor, and he needed dedicated space. Well, that's us.
The church was incredibly supportive of the idea, and so we took it to the next step of, how do we design a clinic?
As soon as the building permit was filed, we discovered that we could not have a clinic in our building. Zoning laws prevented any type of medical facility in a residential area.
We do what we know how to do. We know how to talk with people. We know how to go down and get zoning change if that needs to happen.
There was an unbelievable amount of bureaucracy that had to be overcome. I've told this story, and I got very frustrated at one point that I couldn't believe how hard it was to give free dental care to children.
From start to finish, before we got it, it took over 2 years.
People came out of the woodwork, and they donated equipment, they donated services.
We had very, very limited funds. We would pick up money here and there. Contractors came and contractors went. Without the volunteers, it would not be.
These children come in with toothaches and swollen and fevers, and mom and or dad may be working and there's no one at home to take care of them, and they have to go, and mom or dad, the caregiver, just says, this is how it was when I was growing up too, don't worry, your tooth will quit hurting. And so they sit there with a fever, swollen up, septic, miserably in pain, and no alternative, and it's just not right. It shouldn't happen. And I think it was that passion and those kinds of stories that really pushed this to the point of wanting to find a way to make this clinic work, to make it come to life. And it's very alive.
The history of the eye clinic, Roselawn Eye Clinic, goes back to a conversation that I had with Reverend Ron Rudder 5-6 years ago about his dream to build an eye clinic and a dental clinic and a food bank here at the Roselawn Lutheran Church. And at the time I kind of told him that sure, we'll do that as soon as we have a foundation.
Well, the CEI Foundation is a new thing for us. We've had our practice in Cincinnati Eye Institute for many years, but it's a wonderful opportunity now that we've grown large enough to be able to support it, to in turn support the Cincinnati community.
The space that you see downstairs was converted into what looks like my eye doctor's office.
I thought it was superbly run and superbly equipped so that we could do virtually anything that we would do in our Cincinnati Eye Institute offices.
because I think I was just so blown away with the equipment, you know, and how thorough and how it was just more than I had expected.
The area is perfectly suited for a clinic like this. It is bright, got a lot of windows. It is not depressing at all. I mean, it is uplifting.
I had no idea that it would be as great as it is. You know, the wonderful thing that the people are doing and the way they treat you and everything is really, it's wonderful. It really is.
And hopefully as we move forward, we can provide more and more of these services to those who need.
There were no other food pantries that served the people of Roselawn.
This food pantry is in harmony with the Second Harvest, which means that it's a choice pantry. It's color-coded and you can receive food from each of the food groups. We don't just stick a bag of food in your hand and send you on your way, but you come in and someone walks with you and you talk to the people and walk around and they select the food that they need. We feel that this food pantry will just grow and grow because the need is so strong. And we have other dreams or visions. There's a house in the community that we're interested in buying, and we would turn the whole house into a food and clothing pantry.
Our wish list. Obviously, we always need people to come in and help. We always need canned goods for our food pantry. And obviously, money solves lots of our needs.
We're here and we want to turn our mission outward and we want to spend of ourselves.
The members are quite proud that they have these clinics that nobody else has.
Our symbol on our stationery and on our card says for the healing of the world, and so we take seriously the healing nature of what we think to be the best face of our faith.
I think one of the most interesting comments that I had recently from a former member, she came back and visited and looked at the clinics and everything, and she finally took me aside and she said, you know, when we were here 25 years ago, we had lots of activities going on, but they were all centered around us. We did things for our children, we did things for ourselves. And she said, now, all of your activities are things centered around your community. You're doing things for other people. And that's basically what a church is all about.